Alright, hey guys, welcome back in. We are going to continue our exploration through the Citadel. We have a couple of things that I know we need to wrap up before continuing the story and possibly leaving the Citadel. I know that we gotta get this Keeper over here for one thing. Gotta go down to CSEC, see the requisitions officer. Gotta go talk to Barlavan. Have to go to the wards and find Chorban, I believe. And, talk to this man and see what he needs.
I'm on a break. Talk to someone else if you need anything. I've got a lot on my mind.
Tell me what's wrong.
Maybe I can help.
Well, maybe you can. You're a soldier, right? You ever head out to the Traverse?
I assume so. Really don't know where that is.
The Traverse is a rough place. We're out there quite a bit.
My brother's the captain of a ship called the Majesty. It was crossing the Traverse a few days ago when it disappeared. Just dropped right off the grid. And that usually means one of two things. They had massive mechanical failure, or they were attacked.
Neither of those sound good.
Neither one of those options leaves a lot of hope.
I won't give up on my brother. Not yet. I've got the coordinates for the last transmission from his vessel.
Okay. Your brother's ship.
What kind of ship was it?
Don't let the name fool you. The Majesty's just a small trading vessel, only a handful of crew. But he kept it in good condition. I don't think mechanical failure is too likely. But they don't have any real weapons or shields. If anyone did come after them, the Majesty'd be a sitting duck.
Okay. We're not going to ask about a reward. Authorities?
Isn't anyone else looking into this?
My brother's just a small independent trader. Ships like his disappear in the Traverse all the time.
Well, I will hopefully be able to
If
find
your
your
brother's
brother
still alive,
for you.
I'll find him. Give me the coordinates.
I'll forward them to your ship right away. Please let me know as soon as you
Oh,
find
the
them.
ship? Oh, okay. I thought we would personally take the coordinates and, I don't know, put them in a computer or something and see if we could find them that way, but taking them to the ship and possibly physically looking for them seems to make more sense. Is there any more keepers in here? The rear admiral. Do you also have a problem?
Congratulations on becoming the first human Spectre, Commander.
Thank you.
I'm certain you'll be up to the challenge.
I appreciate that.
My name is Admiral Kahoku. It's about time the Alliance got one of our own in with the Spectres. We need people like you to deal with our problems.
What kind of problems?
Something wrong, Admiral?
I'm getting stonewalled by bureaucratic assholes. Nothing new. Maybe you can help me, Shepard. One of my recon teams was investigating some strange activity out in the Traverse. We lost contact yesterday. Now I can't get clearance to check it out. Suddenly it's a restricted area. But that doesn't apply to you, Shepard.
Nope.
Spectres can go anywhere they want. You could find out why my team dropped out of contact.
I will do this for you.
I'll find them, Admiral.
I appreciate that, Commander. I was running out of options. I'm gonna stay here and see if I can find anything out through official channels. Won't hold my breath, though.
Just Shepard helping the masses. Is that a keeper like I see? It is. I will find your secrets. You can't hide from me forever. So gotta
I just
go.
want to ask a couple of questions.
Oh, I think he's talking to himself at this point. Gotta go find Chorban, who's in the lower wards. And there was one other thing that I was supposed to do that was crossing my mind. Hanar! There's the religious Hanar who needs the permit. And I still have no idea where to buy that. So I don't know if I could probably charm either the Hanar or the CSEC officer to just leave. But we will go now and try to figure that out, because if I'm remembering correctly, the Hanar is right on the other side of this elevator. So yeah, got a couple of things that still need to be done here in the Citadel before I assume we can leave the Citadel and go explore space some more. And hopefully pick up one last squad member, because from what I've seen from the menu, we are missing one potential squad member.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
I love the idea that there's elevator music in space. I really want to know which alien race came up with that idea. I would like to think it was humans. Like, our first contribution when we got to the Citadel was elevator rides are boring. You need music. Have I not gotten this keeper yet?
Please do not disturb the keepers. Please do not disturb the keepers.
Can I turn you off? I'm doing
Please
science.
do not disturb the keepers.
It's disturbing me. It should disturb you too. Why is it here?
Please do not disturb the keepers.
You know what? Okay. I'll leave it alone. Ooh, the Hanar. Have to go talk to them. Speaking of possibly charming the Hanar or the CSEC officer, how am I doing on points? Oh, I have one other thing to do once I'm done figuring out my points here. I think I'm the only person in my team right now that uses electronics. Or has this particular one, but I'll check in a second. Tali does, but I don't see myself keeping Tali that often because she shares a lot of similar traits to Garrus, who I definitely see being more of my go-to. Because I might end up trading out Tali for someone that's more combat-oriented like Rex. Or even Ashley. Spectre training, ooh. Increase health, accuracy, effectiveness of all attacks and powers. That's a big yes. And also my armor I would like to upgrade as well. Okay, Garrus. Okay, that. Turian agent. And Tali. Oh, didn't mean to skip over that. But she has hacking. Garrus doesn't have hacking. Hold up. Recharge your grants AI and hacking ability. Artificial enemies go berserk. Okay. I will be upgrading her decryption because I do want to get to that hacking that she can do. Also, in the first episode, some people pointed out to me that it would be best, is it in gameplay? It is. If I change squad power usage to all rather than defensive, and I do see the point, I understand why. So I'm just going to set party to use all of their talents, that way they can also help me out offensively rather than just defensively. Is there anything else? Wait a minute. Survey team. Oh, what I'm listening to in the elevator is actually assignments. Cool, okay. So somewhere in the Hades Gamma cluster. Alright, that's gonna be a later thing then. Alright, let's figure out what we can do for these two.
Has the CSEC officer been assuaged?
This isn't the way?
Is this really how you want to represent the Enkindlers?
The truth of the Enkindlers must be made known. They gave the Hanar language, and gave the universe the mass relays. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
That's totally understandable, but still. This is unworthy of you. And it's a charm option. I do like this because it makes it seem like he's not in the wrong.
Is this how the Enkindlers would want you to use this gift of consciousness?
The Enkindlers would wish for their message to be spread to all sentient races.
They wouldn't want this.
The Enkindlers wouldn't wish their message to be spread by breaking society's laws.
This one hears wisdom. Perhaps enthusiasm has clouded judgment in this matter. This one departs now, and will not intrude upon the Presidium again.
Aww. Poor Mr. Jelly. I liked him. Is that a person I can talk to? No, it's a sign. Okay. I took care of your problem.
I see the Hanar is left. Thank you.
Not a problem. Please
Happy
pay
to help.
me.
Here, for your assistance in this matter.
Thank
Now, if
you.
you'll excuse me, I should report to my superiors.
Alright, later, dude. Okay. I have to go down to CSEC. I know that because that's where the rec officer is, and also in the wards. I think the markets is where Chorban was said to be. Ooh, okay, markets. And I would like to get that go ahead and cleared up, because Chorban is the only person on this entire planet who cares about Shepard's time and is paying me to do something. So if he's being accused of attempted murder, I would like to get to the bottom of it.
Welcome back,
Oh.
EarthClan.
I don't think
Will
I
you
still
be
have
needing
any
supplies
money.
for your return to the colonies?
Show me what you've got.
Yeah, I don't think I can afford anything.
Most excellent. I am sure you will find something pleasing.
Let's look down. Let's go to the bottom where things I can afford are. Assassin 2, that's light armor for humans. Assault rifle. I can afford this. Is it better than what I'm using? Yeah, a little bit. Not so much on the accuracy. But it is a little bit better on damage per second. Oh, that's gonna take a lot of my money if I go ahead and buy this. You know what? Let's go ahead and start building up our upgrades and buying stuff.
Earth Clan. Will you be needing
Because
supplies
hopefully the
for your
further
return
we
to
get
the
into the
colony?
story and the more missions we do,
Most excellent.
we'll slowly build up more funding. But right now I just don't see the point in holding out when I'm probably going to need certain things. I still don't know what these licenses do for the Normandy Quartermaster, but I'm assuming someone will tell me later and I'll just come back and buy them when I know exactly what they're for. What's that exclamation point in the bottom map? Oh, there's Chorban. Dude, you've been accused of murder. What do you have to say for yourself? Or attempted
Commander,
murder?
I wasn't expecting to see you again. Is there something you want?
You can start by telling me the truth, Chorban.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. My experiments are...
We're not buying it. Jalid told us you've been after him.
You spoke with Jalid? Then you know about the data?
What about the data?
No, but you're gonna tell me. Everything.
You boys can go.
Oh, he really was gonna kill him. He had the whole
Looks like my
squad.
plans have changed. It's not as bad as you think, Commander. Jalid and I just got a little over our heads.
Okay, how so?
Keep talking.
The company we work for developed an experimental procedure for use in medical scanners. Jalid and I saw even more potential, so we stole the plans and secretly developed a tool to scan the Keepers.
Okay.
Can you imagine? A tool that can actually get readings from the Keepers?
What's so special about that?
The Keepers are almost impossible to scan, and you can't capture them or get samples. They just self-destruct.
They
After
self-destruct?
centuries here, we still don't know anything about
I
them.
kind of want to see that happen
Don't you
now.
see? We were the first to scan them, ever. You've seen it yourself, Commander. You know we can do it.
I'm totally down for scanning the Keepers because I don't like them or trust them, but why does Jahil think you want to kill him?
Why are you trying to kill your partner?
I'm not trying to kill him. Jalid's job was to disseminate our initial findings. But he decided to keep the data for himself.
Oh.
Maybe to sell it. I don't know.
He went behind your back.
So you're just trying to get back what Jalid already stole.
We lost our heads. We just couldn't let an opportunity like this pass us by. Commander, if you'll just continue gathering data for me, imagine what we might learn. And you'll stand to make a bit of a profit yourself, remember?
I'm totally fine with it.
I suppose
see
a
nothing
little
wrong
scanning
here.
here and there won't hurt anyone.
Very good. Maybe if you wouldn't mind speaking with Jalid. The data you're gathering for me is useless if Jalid won't help me analyze it.
I'll go have a chat with him right now.
Thank you. And happy scanning, Commander.
See, I like Chorban. He's the only person that has offered to pay me for my services up front. This'll take me straight up. I believe I can get to C-Sec from here. I believe I remember how to get to C-Sec from here. So yeah, I knew Chorban didn't do anything wrong. He seems like a stand-up individual. All he really did was steal tech from probably a multi-billion-dollar galactic business. But you know what? Happens every day. They probably stole the tech from someone else first. Okay, that takes me to the Presidium. This takes me... Gotcha. Okay, I'm in the right direction. C-Sec. I'm trying to walk most places for now. Because C-Sec Academy... I don't want to accidentally miss any new conversations or anything that I can possibly do. Do you have anything new for me?
Hey, Commander Shepard. Good to see you again. Anything you need?
I don't believe so. No.
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. We'll see you around, Commander.
Okay, yes, this is the correct direction. And now... Gotta go to the requisitions officer. And I also believe Jalid is in this direction.
In breaking news, Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been kidnapped by biotic extremists. The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
Alright, so I'm assuming I have to go save him too? Because we already have an assignment that's out that way in the Hades Gamma Cluster. Okay, if I'm remembering correctly, the rec officer is that way, and Jalid should be over here. So I am going to try to walk to these next couple of destinations. I know it's going to take longer, but also I don't want to miss any type of side quests or any keepers.
Hello again. Did you have any luck finding Chorban?
Yes, and you lied to me.
I found out you've been lying to me, Jalid.
Lying? Why would I lie to you?
You forgot to mention the data about the Keeper.
He told you? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was afraid Chorban would kill me to get the data, so well, I was hoping you'd take care of him.
I'm scanning the Keepers for Chorban, but you two need to stop fighting.
You're helping us?
I love how everyone just gets Shepard,
if you
a
say so.
glorified war hero, involved in their petty disputes.
Well, if Chorban can forgive and forget, then so can I. I appreciate the help, Commander. I better go get that data analyzed.
Because so far, this is probably the second situation that was just people not communicating properly. Like that one Turian general and the consort. Okay, that goes up to the other room that I've already been to. So the Rex officer is on the other side of this. Where did this elevator go? Up to Presidium. Okay, don't need to do that. Just need to go see the rec officer, and then I believe the last thing I need to do here in the Citadel was go talk to Barlavon. Oop. Okay, I've already gotten him.
Hello, Commander.
I need supplies.
Show me what you got.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Well, this must be a mistake. System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre?
Yeah,
well,
I got a promotion.
Heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
Just show me what you got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
Alright. Lots of things I cannot afford. Ooh. So much power. I will have you one day. But not now, because I'm broke. Yeah, I'm very supportive of Chorban's side hustle for the simple fact that he's just offered money to do something that I would like to do anyway, because I don't trust the Keepers. They just creep me out. Oh, did not mean to do that. I wanted to look at the rest of that.
Show me what you got.
Okay. Going back down. Back down to the options for broke people. Grenade upgrade. Okay, maximum number of grenades carried by 1. That's cool, but I don't know if I need that. Aldrin Labs license. More license I don't know about. Medium armor. My shop can't use that. Can't use that. I think I've already viewed comparisons on this. It's slightly better than what I'm using. But slightly better might end up saving me later on. Oh, this is way better than what Garrus is using, at least as far as damage and shields go. Ooh. Do I take care of me or do I take care of Garrus? I'll do me now and then Garrus the next time around. Okay. Sorry, Garrus. Nope. Shep, we don't need our weapon here. Okay, so my next stop is Barlavon. And then I'm not actually sure where I have to go from there. Do I get specific somewhere to go? Yes, I do. Okay. Alliance Docking Bay. Oh, okay, so I can go ahead and continue the main story, you know what? I will go talk to Barla and then make my way back to CSEC. Financial district. Yeah, so we'll do Barlavon first, because I think I remember I have to talk to him about the Shadow Broker, and then just fast travel back to CSEC and then go to the docking bay. Okay. I don't walk around this area often either, or I haven't been over here since I collected the scanner. So I might want to look around a little bit more closely.
Greetings, Earth Clan. I believe congratulations are in order, Commander Shepard. You are the first human to join the Spectres, yes?
Thank you very much.
It's a great honor.
One you are no doubt ready for. A word of warning, though. There are many eyes watching you now, Commander. Some of them want to see
I love how
you
Shep
fail.
turns around. She's like, right now?
I, however, wish you only success. Perform well and you bring the Earth Clan one step closer to joining the Council. And if they let your people in, maybe there is hope for my own species one day, yes?
I like Barlavon. Honestly, I'm still surprised that the Volus aren't part of the Council. I understand that being part of the Council means you have to give a certain degree of military support, but they literally invented the financial system.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
That seems like enough credentials
Most people
to be
think
put
I
on a
deal in
council.
finances, but my real currency is knowledge. I trade information, and it has made me very wealthy. But the Shadow Broker is the true master. Every day he buys and sells secrets that could topple governments, always giving them to the highest bidder. Yet somehow he never seems to upset the natural balance of power. All those secrets being passed around seem to even out. Nobody ends up with an advantage in the end.
Any guess what his identity might be?
I don't know. Nobody does. The Shadow Broker could be any race, any gender. I have a theory that it's actually an entire group working under one identity. How else could they juggle so many contacts at the same time? How else could they keep all that information from getting crossed? But they've got the perfect setup. Every government is forced to play their game so they don't get behind. But no matter how long you play, no matter how many secrets you buy, you can never win.
I thought you'd know more about the man you work for.
From time to time I come across information I sell to the Shadow Broker. That's my only involvement. I like it that way. The more you know, the more dangerous the game becomes. I don't like danger, Commander. I'll leave that to you.
That's understandable. Okay, I think I've already exhausted these questions when I first met him.
I should go.
Alright.
Goodbye, Commander.
I thought there would be more to that, because I remembered I had to go ask him something specific about the Shadow Broker, but I guess I just needed to establish that he worked for him. And who are you?
Spectre? Hello, Spectre. I have a business proposition for you.
How did you know I'm a Spectre?
Word travels. Your name comes up in certain circles. I'm acquainted with a pair of powerful crime bosses. They're hiding on remote worlds, and I have the coordinates. You could do the galaxy a favor.
That's an interesting thing to just throw out there. Her interest, yeah.
And what do you get out of this?
We share interests in certain cooperative ventures. But their business practices have forced me to terminate our relationship. Once they are dead, I will manage our organization in a more tasteful manner.
I could charge you. Yeah, I love how comfortable she is just being like, yeah, I'm involved in some underground crime stuff. Could you take out my competition for me?
You're obviously with them. Why don't I just arrest you instead?
Arrested for what? You and I are simply having a conversation. I have excellent legal representation. Arresting me would be a waste of your time.
You know what? She's a girl boss. I can get behind that.
What crimes did these men commit?
They're red sand dealers who make victims of their customers. Those who can no longer pay are sold to Batarians as slaves. They're loathsome, hurting innocent people. They must be ended.
What kind of defenses would these two have?
I haven't the faintest idea, but they're certain to be armed. Their partnership's soured, and each believes that the other intends to kill him. They will be well prepared.
You know what? I'll do it.
If they're as bad as you say they are, they need to be dealt with.
Excellent. Here are the coordinates.
She looks like a
When these
trustworthy
men are
individual.
dead, I will wait for you at the third set of coordinates. Goodbye, Commander. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Likely she'll either stab... Renegade went up. Likely she'll either stab me in the back, or I will have a new friend in the underground crime circuit. Have I gone up these stairs yet? Keeper! Let me just take that. Anything that I can do in here? No. Mr. Hanar, do you have something for me? Can I buy anything off you?
Commander, it is good to see you again. Would you care to see some of its fantastic items today?
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
I love him. Okay. Upgrades are standard items. Standard items for now. And then I'll look at the non-human armor and see if there's anything I can afford for Garrus. Okay. Nope. Go back.
Commander.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased.
Okay. We got medium armor for Turians. I cannot afford any of this. Okay. I'll just have to come back. So that takes care of that. I believe that was one of the last things I had to do. Have I already? Nope. Gotta go get this keeper. Scan. Okay. I wonder how many of those I've gotten. I need to check in on that and see if it gives me a count of how many there are that I have and how many might be left. But I think talking to Barlow was probably the last thing I had to do here in the city. So I can go down the docking, which means I have to go back through the wards, through CSEC, and then take the elevator to the docking bay and continue on with the story. And now we have 2 assignments that we have to do outside the Citadel, somewhere in space. Have to go take care of that lady's crime friends, and then have to go find that man's brother's
In
ship.
remembrance of Eden Prime, we present another profile in courage with serviceman Nirali Bhatia. A devoted wife and talented chef, serviceman Bhatia joined the Alliance military under the Deferred Education Plan. After finishing her service, Bhatia planned to open a restaurant. Instead, she gave her life protecting the colonists of Eden Prime. For more profiles in courage, or to explore opportunities in the military, please visit the Alliance Military on the extranet. Keyword, courage.
That's a really interesting military commercial. Just have profiles on all the people that have died in service.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre.
Yeah, got a new ride.
I'll take good care of her, sir.
I know you will, Commander.
What kind of leads do we have?
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharaoh system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharaohs and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording? She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
Okay, I'll start there.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
Your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
Oh, whatever. I'll be careful.
I'll try not to make things any harder on you, Ambassador.
Glad to hear it, Commander. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
I don't mind the Ambassador, but he kind of rubs me the wrong way, Keeper. Sorry, Captain. I will be right back. I have an issue of national security to take care of. Okay, we're done. Still have to see how many keepers are left, but that might be a later thing, because I'm pretty sure we can come back to the Citadel
Yes,
at
Commander?
some point. How are you doing?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing, but you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
You and Saren have a past. Is this going to be aggressive, or is this the actual inquisitive question?
Tell me what happened with you and Saren
Okay.
20 years ago.
It's close to 20 years ago now. Ambassador Goyle was our representative here on the Citadel. Like Udina, she wanted to get a human into the Spectres. She chose me. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
And what happened?
I think I deserve the whole story.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
And what happened?
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned?
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
How many casualties?
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500.
Oh, wow.
Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated, mission accomplished, and I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
How'd he pin it on Anderson?
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
I'm sure you know it wasn't your fault, but I just want to reaffirm.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
Okay. Ooh, I can ask him about these planets.
Any
Ferris?
extra intel you can give me on our colony at Pharos?
The entire planet used to be one giant Prothean city. Mostly ruins now. But some of the infrastructure is still intact. The colony tried to build on what the Protheans left behind. We lost all contact with them when the Geth attacked.
Okay.
What do you know about the Artemis Tau cluster?
Not much. I've never been there myself. A handful of systems with a few small, uncharted worlds, but no real colonies. Might not be easy finding Dr. Tassoni out there. My advice is to look for the world with the Prothean ruins.
Alright, I can do that.
I want to know the truth about you and Saren. I want to know about the mission you were on together all those years ago.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance Intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
I'm guessing things didn't
about this.
Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose.
How many casualties?
Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated.
Don't know how I ended up asking the same
Saren's
thing
report
twice.
was all the proof the Council needed to kill my
Wasn't your
chance.
Don't blame yourself.
fault.
Maybe he just likes the violence.
The only thing I care
You're right,
about is...
Colette.
Okay,
It's no good living in the past.
What can you tell me about Novaria?
there we go.
Novaria's trouble. Always has been. The whole planet's basically a center for corporations to conduct illegal research. Watch your back there, Shepard. Spectres are about the only form of Citadel authority Novaria respects. But they aren't popular.
York, the Spectre's already asked that.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
All right. I guess we can. What's this do? Spec Normandy weapons? Cool. Can I do anything else? No, I just saw it. Just had it. Okay. Spec hull. Okay, we're good. Anything else? I'm sure there's a couple more things here to do in the city. Hidden around corners and stuff. But I think it's best to just progress for now and then come back and do more stuff when it's time
Stand
to return
by,
to the Citadel.
shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Okay, so I do want to find Lyara first. Because I think she's going to be the
Heard what
last
happened to
member
Captain
of my
Anderson.
squad.
Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Captain Anderson should be the one in charge. It's like I'm stealing the ship from him.
Yeah, the captain got screwed. But it's not like you could have stopped it. Nobody's blaming you. Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
Let's keep this short. Let's be honest with them.
This is Commander Shepard speaking. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
Humanity must do its part.
For too long, our species has stood apart from the others. Now it's time for us to step up and do our part for the rest of the galaxy. Time to show them what humans are made of.
Saren will be ready for us.
Our enemy knows we're coming. When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But we'll be ready for them, too.
Everyone's counting on us.
Humanity needs to do this. Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped, and I promise you all, we will stop him.
I love the heroic
Well said,
music.
Commander. Captain will be proud.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, got the ship to myself. Ooh, I can talk to Joker more.
Commander, something you need?
Let me ask you some personal questions.
I'd like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you?
Not
Well,
really.
I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet.
I
Top of
believe
my
you.
class in flight school, I
didn't
earned
ask
that.
any questions
All
on
those
that.
commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
Disease? Is he sick?
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know?
No, you outed yourself there.
Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolich syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander.
That's...
Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bone.
Tell me about the
I need to know
disease
more about this Vrolich syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask him how he does his job. He doesn't fly it with his
I'm not
feet.
trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
They'd probably just clown you if you asked that. How'd you get your
Why
nickname?
does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
That's a creepy way to put that, sir.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Were you unhappy?
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy. Even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
How's the Normandy
report.
performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
Alright,
I have to
Joker, I'll
go.
leave you alone.
Alright, see ya.
Okay. Do I want to continue talking to the crew, or do I use the map? Yes, I use the map to travel. I'll talk to my favorite navigator first. How you doing, Presley?
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
They're on our side.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, ma'am, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Okay, Nihilus was a good boy. The best boy. He was
Speak
murdered.
freely,
It wasn't
Presley.
his fault.
I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
I've already asked him his
How did you
personal
end up
questions.
assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were one of the first reinforcements to arrive at Elysium after the Blitz hit. Those raiders were no match for an Alliance frigate. Of course, the only reason the colony was still standing was because of you, Commander. I can't believe you held out as long as you did.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I gonna get more explanation on the Blitz at one point or another? Oh, I get saluted. Because everyone mentions it, but I really don't know what the Blitz was. Elevator. Do I get elevator music in here? No, I do not. That is just rude. We should install elevator music. It'll make the ship seem more homey. Where does this even go? Oh, Garrus! What's this? M35 Mako or Mako? I'm gonna call it the Mako.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
It's not that bad.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
Okay, I guess I understand.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this.
Okay.
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
That depends.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to.
Oh.
I understand, Commander.
That's not what I meant. Sorry, Garrus. I love you. But I can see his point. If you're actually a good person and you're trying to make change, I guess it could be really difficult to constantly be told no by your superiors. But also, rules are there for a reason, so it's a give and take.
Commander?
How are we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
That's understandable.
You wish
Save your
we'd been able
unit.
to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, ma'am. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
They have flashlight heads, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
That's understandable. I'll wrap back around when you're ready.
Ma'am?
Alright. Little bit standoffish on both ends from both Ashley and Garrus and Shepard herself, but hopefully that changes the more I talk to them.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard.
Thanks, I like it.
What can I do for you?
Personal questions.
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go
That's
ask
it?
the Quarian if you want stories.
Oh, come on. I want to be your friend.
Quarians live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yep, sounds like a heck of a good time.
Yeah, they tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
Of course. Okay, that is definitely going to be the bad answer then.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
No, don't use that tone
your people
either.
were infected with a genetic mutation. An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth. And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I see your point.
I
I'm
suppose
sorry
it is
for
not the
asking.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
That's completely understandable. I won't.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago.
I wonder what he means by that.
The genophage infect us, but it's not what's killing us.
So what is killing you? Extinction.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
Genophage.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist?
Okay, yeah, I get your point.
You ask a Krogan. Would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Oh, that...
So long, Rex.
That's just terrible.
Shepard.
So was that other race's response to the Krogan rebellion, the genophage?
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap.
Are you
Hell, the
smuggling stuff
licenses
onto the
alone have
ship?
set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Okay, I can get you those licenses.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
Okay, sounds
What do
good
the
to me.
different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased, but I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Alright, so now I finally know what those licenses are for. Still very broke, other than grenade upgrades and metagel upgrade. That could probably help me out in the future, because I don't know how many packs of metagel I currently can carry. And it's not that much. I'll go ahead and just buy it. Alright. So I finally met the quartermaster. What is this direction? Ooh, someone else. Engineer Adams. Element 0 core. Cool.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
Okay. Is she bothering you about
I'll
it?
tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
She's useful.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You've got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Personal questions.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
I have no idea what that means.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
Is that going to be an issue for me later on?
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
That is extremely
Adams.
cool.
Aye, aye.
And the fact that I can ask that many questions about our stealth systems makes me wonder if that is going to be an issue for us later on.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
They're normally not. They're the ship special?
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Cool, okay. I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
I would love to know more.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
AI research is illegal?
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
That's something I didn't expect.
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. 1 million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
So why did they turn on you?
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
What happened next? I can assume why it would cause panic, so what happened next?
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
I mean, all of these options are what I'm thinking right now. They kind of did just defend themselves. So I don't know what they expected to happen.
Hey, you can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
That's really rough, and I do feel bad for the Quarians. But also, I kind of feel for the Geth. Because, first of all, I'm a massive fan of the TV show Westworld. So, I can kind of understand the Quarians wanting to create something that was just a machine to take some of the stress off their own race. But also, when you give something subconscious thought, you kind of have to ask yourself at that point, what makes an individual, or what gives someone autonomy? Is it the ability to think for yourself, or
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors.
what right do you
tried
have to
wipe out
control
another
something
species.
that can form its own thoughts,
We
basically?
made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
Not everyone? Is that a mention of Saren?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
I feel like there's a little bit more to that. Because yes, I will continue to kill Geth as long as they get in my way. But as far as their issue with the Quarians go, I can definitely understand questioning your own existence and wanting to rebel. And I can't say much about the situation, but maybe if the Quarians hadn't basically shot first or drawn first blood, maybe there could have been more dialogue there, but we'll never really know.
Tell me about your
Or maybe we do later.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Pilgrimage.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
So what counts as a gift? Oh, she's explained that before, but do they always
Can a
accept?
captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
Cool, okay.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I think I'm done talking to Tali.
I should go.
See you later.
Okay, I love being able to have dialogue with the different characters, especially the aliens, because learning more about the history and cultures of their race is just so cool to me. I definitely am interested by the Quarians, and I hope we get to meet more of them, because I am interested with the situation they have with the Geth. Because like I said, I understand the reason for inventing the Geth, because obviously humanity is going to make its way there sometime soon, where we create synthetic creatures in order to take some of the manual strain off humans. But also, that's going to bring up a lot of philosophical questions, which is why I like the show Westworld so much. Let's see. No, that's just codex stuff. When you give something subconscious thought and some form of autonomy, at what point do you consider it a living being and it should have control over its own actions?
Anything you need, Commander?
Just wanted to talk.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Okay, damn, I didn't want to talk to you anyway.
On the last mission?
You're the boring one here, Caden.
Any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Alright.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Caden's definitely going to end up being my least favorite squad member. I probably won't take him out at any point unless absolutely necessary. Ooh, replenish. I think Dr. Shockwest was the last person.
Yes, Commander?
I
Is
can
there something
talk
you
to.
need?
Because I've already asked her these.
How did you end up serving?
I enlisted right out of...
Okay, I just wanted to make
If
sure this was the same
humanity needs
dialogue.
The Alliance if we want to
I should
keep
go.
Goodbye,
Okay.
Commander.
Sorry to rush you through that, Doctor, but I've already asked you those things. And then I think there's one more side room that I'm going to investigate before probably ending this episode and setting off in the next episode to go and explore the galaxy. Ooh, personal manual. I'm definitely going to sit down in my own time and read the codex soon, because it probably has a lot more information that I would like to have. Is there anything in my locker? Oh, okay, I can just change my stuff here. Whoop, why did I do that? I don't know. I clicked something and it opened. I'll fix it later. And I believe I can use the map to travel to different areas. And first of all, I do want to see about getting Lyara before we do anything else. Zoom out. Zoom out again, I guess. Zoom out a third time. Ooh, okay, here we go. Okay, we got a couple of places we need to hit up. Oh, so many different places to go. Hakinita. Oh, that's where that one email said that the Biotic Rebellion was starting. So I definitely want to drop by there at some point. Hades Gamma. Okay, that's where the guy was kidnapped. By Biotics, I believe. Okay, there is so much that has to get done. But I will have to do it in another episode because I've already been going for just over an hour now. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Sorry nothing really interesting happened. I definitely wanted to clear up what was left of like side missions in the Citadel. But I hope you guys will join me again in the next episode, which hopefully will be more action-packed. And I look forward to seeing you guys again as we explore the galaxy more and hopefully find Theron. So thank you guys so much. I hope you like and subscribe if you like the video. And I will hopefully see you guys again. Thank you.